And then we're going to do a little thing real quick about the passing of Aron Eisenberg. Is that how you pronounce his name?
Eisenberg?
Eisenberg, the actor who played, what was he, Rom? On Deep Space Nine. He passed away Sunday. I guess he had like a kidney disease or something, like Gary Coleman.
Well, no, he was born with one kidney.
Oh, he was born with one kidney. Isn't that like Gary Coleman?
I don't know. I know.
I think so.
I thought Gary Coleman had some kind of thing though.
Yeah, one kidney.
Oh.
Did they both have one kidney?
I don't know.
And that's why they were small.
Hey, Google,
Yes.
How many kidneys did Gary Coleman have?
Gary Coleman had one kidney. What you talking about, Dennis? But no, so he passed away over the weekend. I saw on Twitter that I guess a dude that I follow has mentioned that he had gone to the hospital, and then shortly thereafter he had passed away. So it's very sad. And Rom is a wonderful character, and there's some really great Rom episodes coming up in season 6 and 7. So those will be very tough episodes to do now that he's gone.
That's a credit, obviously to the actor Aron Eisenberg, but also credit to the show, because this is one of the few Star Trek shows where characters have arcs. Because when we first saw Rom or Nog, he was like stealing shit, and he was chased by Odo, and like to where he ends up at the end of the series, it's incredible. He's a Starfleet officer now.
It's phenomenal. And Dennis, I don't even know if you and Jenny even know like the whole Nog arc, but it gets like,
I know it gets dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
it pays off at the end though, I think.
Yeah, it's great stuff, man. And again, I think you're right, Dennis. That is a testament to the actor, because he was good enough to keep around, and just to the series in general, where these kind of quote unquote unnecessary, like secondary and third characters become mainstays, where it's like, I wonder what fucking Nog's up to. Like what we
Well, no, he's a big part of Star Trek Online. If you do some DS9 related missions out there, he definitely comes back, and they actually had him come back and record a lot of stuff.
Well, that's cool.
For the game, so
I haven't played Star Trek Online. I've heard good things.
Yeah.
No.
Well, no, it's good. It's just I can't. It's my age of playing those kind of games.
Yeah.
Just I don't know. Every now and again, though, I dust it off, and I just like to go out and do a mission or two in my Constitution class ship, and yeah.
So do you still have an active account?
Mm-hmm.
So if I wanted to play with you, Ben, what is your name?
Can you play with each other? Is it interactive like that?
Well, yeah, it's a big group thing.
Yeah,
it's a World of Warcraft type of thing.
It's an MMORPG.
Kinda. I mean, I run into people all the time at star bases, but
yeah,
I don't want to give up my
Thomas Riker.
No, hello, Thomas Riker.
No, I go by Bill Riker. But God damn it, I gave away my
Hello, Mirror Universe.
BT Riker.
But
Mike Jones.
So yeah, he did a lot of stuff for the game, and then
the rapper of the game.
No.
Oh.
The
Star Trek Online. Okay.
STO.
Hated to love it, homie. It just don't stop.
But wasn't though he's supposed to just be like a recurring character? I mean, like not even though recurring too much. Like he's back.
You mean on DS9?
On DS9.
Yeah, he was just Jake's friend.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's like I said, DS9 has this way of bringing in these peripheral characters like Nog or Garrick or whoever they're not even in half the episodes, but you're like, oh great, this is a Garrick, this is a Nog.
There's some episodes in season 7 where like the episode, we'll watch the episode and there won't be any of the main cast in main roles,
which is perfect.
Like the folks whose names are on the credits of the show, you might see one or two of them for the entire episode, but the rest of it is going to be these secondary, Rom and Nog and
Shrimp and Mo and Curly. But I mean, I think that's why it's going to be hard to go back to Voyager. I think because on Deep Space Nine, the most interesting characters aren't Starfleet officers; it's everybody else. And then to have to go back.
Voyager had an opportunity because the Maquis guys could have stayed kind of Maquis, but they eventually just become regular Starfleet guys at the end of the day.
Yeah.
From what I've seen. I haven't seen it all.
Now, did you hear the thing about, though, I guess, Aaron, there was going to be funeral expenses or something, so they started like a GoFundMe or something to raise money.
Yes, and they raised like $20,000 in like an hour.
Well, I mean, it was like
Damn.
when I went to bed, it was like, I guess, Larry.
No. You want to die. There's a difference.
So, Newcheck had tweeted something, retweeted from the wife that, hey, they were trying to raise money. The next morning when I wake up, the first thing I see is a tweet from him saying, hey, hold off. They actually need to stop taking money now because they're going to run into tax issues.
Yeah.
Like it just.
Word?
Yeah, it was
Wow.
crazy with the funding. And
What if he just had a ballin' ass funeral?
You'd still have to pay taxes.
Spend all the money on it.
Still have to pay out the taxes, yeah.
Even if it's a gift?
Yes, you still have to pay taxes.
gift tax.
It's 200 transactions or $20,000. I know because I got a 1099 last year from Kickstarter because of Metal Shark Bro.
Yep.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's the rules.
But it's
Fucking government.
It's one of those things though where we talk about angry kilt guy and stuff like that, but then whenever something like this happens, because he wasn't one of the big, he wasn't Kirk.
No.
He wasn't like one of the big guys or whatever, the main cast. And so for the fan base to be out there in such numbers, to be able to be like,
from what I understand though, like on the con circuit, he was very cool with everybody. So
yeah.
Well,
He
he wouldn't yell at somebody for not having his soy on time.
I heard he would never do that.
He'd probably just order a regular coffee.
Like a regular guy. And
Whatever you got ready, just give me hot water and a tea bag and I'll take care of it
I'm
myself.
good with that. Hey, man, just whatever.
Yeah.
I know you're working hard. I heard he was a big tipper.
That's the kind of man Aron Eisenberg was.
Yeah, unlike Tim Russ.
Tim Russ.
Whoa, let's.
What? I'm just saying, Tim Russ sucks.
Now, so I look, I'm not. Oh God, it's morbid.
We use this tribute to take down Tim Russ.
So I went through and I looked the next morning after his passing because I'd seen it that night and went to bed. But I got on the next day and was going through, and I went to the different Trek personalities to see what their tweets were, just to see what they had said. And
What'd Tim Russ say?
Nothing. He was
Exactly.
He was talking about it was something political.
Tim Russ was talking about
Aron Eisenberg owed me some money and he
No,
died.
that's not true. He was talking about how hard it is to get a soy chai in fucking Newark, New Jersey, and
But I did notice though that the folks who were on DS9 were like the first ones to respond.
oh, of course, well, they're like
That
a
was such
family.
that was such a tight show.
Yeah,
And then it was like Monday when the next wave, from the other, the other series in the franchise, kind of.
Well, those people didn't really work with him, so I can understand.
But they see each other.
I'm like, well, I guess I got to put on my Star Trek hat. And
The folks who were more involved with the con circuit, though, definitely, and again, like you said, Dennis, that was where he was really big, was on the con circuit. And
well, he had also made a comeback doing a podcast. Him and Jake were doing a podcast together, I think, for a little while too. So
I don't know if he was was he a big part of that podcast?
I think it was him and Sirach Lofton. They were doing a podcast together.
yeah,
because I thought Sirach Lofton and somebody else was doing the podcast, and then. But I mean, I don't want to say because I never listened to it. But
yeah, me neither.
And look,
Well,
what
I don't.
happened.
I agree. I don't listen to podcasts that I'm not a part of.
It's your fault, Ben, for not listening.
well,
Fuck
if
that.
they'd have me on the show, which I'm sure they won't now.
If you'd stop sending them nudes, I'm sure they would. But
Maybe send them more.
yeah,
Just
Yeah.
not your own.
I was going to say that's how I got on this show, so I figured it would work with other shows.
But yeah, he's a great actor. Big loss for the Star Trek community. And again, it was really, like Ben said, it was really nice to see the outpouring of support because sometimes you do get kind of, I guess, grizzled by the negative aspects of Star Trek and fandom, but it's nice to see everybody kind of band together and say nice things and do wonderful things for a guy who is clearly beloved by a lot of people. So that's very sad. And now the Nog episodes are going to be more tough to do when they come up, and they're tough anyway.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. So thank you. That was for our Patreons, and hold on.